different than last week. This is tough. This is tough for every guy down in that locker room. Not just, losing the game, but how we lost it. We lost momentum of any sorts. I think on a blocked field goal. Then we give up two really big plays. A guy goes down that, it was a scary situation, and I don't think we ever recovered. So we took one in the mouth today for 4 quarters. Not like we only took it in the mouth for 2 quarters. We took it in the mouth for 4 quarters, and you know what? It was a humbling experience for a lot of us, and we'll see how we react and respond. We'll get a real challenge for ourselves now to see what we're made of and what this leadership's made of.
Were you able to see Kyrie?
Yeah.
An update on him?
Yeah, I saw his mom. I just saw him. He's been cleared with everything. I couldn't tell you exactly what the situation was. I know he was not hit. I was actually watching him, and he just went straight. I actually thought he tore an Achilles or something because he went straight to the ground. So a really scary situation.
You talked about this game being a chance to measure yourself. So now, what do you take away when obviously it doesn't?
It's pretty easy to see. We got a ways to go. We got a lot of things we got to get better at. In big stages, it's you got to play your best ball, whether it's big plays or handling the adversity. I think it's back to the grind of what we got to do. It's like I said, it's a humbling experience. I hope everybody in that locker room uses it as a humbling experience as I'm going to. Probably I'd asked every one of them if they've ever had their absolute butts whipped before, and if they hadn't, they just did. And I know I've had it several times before. And how you react and respond, we'll figure a lot of things out. It's a long season. We got a long way to go, and we got a lot of growth to have. But I believe in what we can do. I believe we can pull out of this. I believe we can use it as a humbling experience and be a hell of a lot better in the long run.
Coach, I hate to make things about you, but returning to Ohio State today, it's got to be sentimental in a way to you. Obviously, it's not the way you guys want to go out in any way, shape, or form.
Well, they just ruined any type of sentimental thought you might have had. It wasn't emotional. It was a long week. Not just the playing, coming home, knowing what you're coming up against. There's a lot of things that were involved in that. I didn't do a very good job preparing our guys. I think maybe I tried to avoid it a little bit too much, and in the long run, we didn't do a great job at handling it when it came down to it. So whether it's a homecoming or not, it's a shot in the gut, it's a shot in the mouth, it's whatever it is. In this game, you're going to have them, and it just happened to be here where I actually went to school and around a lot of people I probably know, and I think that's even more of a humbling experience.
You and Ryan Day had a brief chat before the game. What do you guys talk about? What was said?
No, I just wished him luck, obviously, throughout the entire season. He knows I'm always pulling for these guys, just not on a day like today. And it's a tough situation. It's tougher, even tougher the way it all rolled. And I'm disappointed that we couldn't give them a real game. I think that I'm sure they are in some ways too. But we got to move on.
Is there anything positive you can take from this?
If we come back to Sunday and we take ourselves back out there and we go out next week like we can play, like we did even the week before, there'll be a lot of positive things from it. But right now, it's a humbling experience. If you use it the right way, everybody needs to be humbled at times, and that'll be about the only thing I think that you can really take from this entire day.
You talked a lot about how the locker room handles things, whether it was at halftime or on the sideline after the game. I realize it's still raw, but how did you feel that the players responded?
Well, I don't think that I didn't see any finger pointing. It wasn't as much of a game that you would like to create some of those other situations where maybe there would be some of those opportunities. But nonetheless, the guys hung together. I mean, I think that even Central Florida last year, where the second half we got steamrolled. We still had some of that emotion that I think that there was no finger pointing. But now we'll find out what we're really made of when they go back in the locker room and they start to watch. Now do they start to ever worry about one side of the ball or the other side of the ball? I guess it's a little bit easier when both sides of the ball and special teams and everybody gets rolled. There's nobody to point a finger at. That's why I stood up in there and said it's on me. You always weren't prepared, and I'm the one that's got to have you prepared.
Chase Young had a big game, and he's a force, obviously, defensively. Could you just speak on how he impacted the game for your offense?
No, I mean we were trying to do some things, but it's not easy when they got guys on both sides and they can blitz the other way, and I couldn't even tell you obviously what he had. You know, it looked like 1 sacks. It was more than 1 or 2 guys. It looked like it was a slew of guys. But I know planning for him, it's tough. It's very difficult. It was difficult for offense just because they didn't know what really to expect. They'd only seen 1 game, didn't have a whole lot from the first game. I don't think they changed. I think they were pretty true to form in what they did in the first game. They lined up and said, hey, let's see if you can, do what you guys do and challenge us. And quite honestly, we couldn't do it.
Along those same lines, is there anything that stood out to you as to why they were able to slow down Mike Moore?
I mean, they're definitely they got a lot of guys in the box, but when we can't get movement, we didn't do a great job even last week. It took a while, and we like to try to think we can wear some people down, but that just didn't happen today. It was we got in a situation where the game was getting a little bit out of hand, and for us to try to wear anybody down in that situation, it's really difficult. But they're stout up front. Their linebackers are big and physical as well. When we think we have an opportunity on an edge, even to not have to block him and read him, we couldn't get a good movement even on some of the linebackers with, as well as they played downhill, and it made it difficult for Mike and everybody all day.
You did a lot of downplaying what this might mean to you personally as far as the build up to this game. Did you allow yourself a moment at all during pregame or while you were here just to take it in, or was it all just business?
No, all business. And maybe I wish I would have now, but the reality is it's over, and we got to move on.
Are you glad it's over, Luke? That just all
But
this
in the
stuff
fourth
behind
quarter, at
us?
some point in time, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. You don't want to get anybody hurt and some situations like that. And, I'm just disappointed that we couldn't make it a real game. And I think that's where, I know the guys in our locker room, we said we wanted to be able to challenge ourselves against a top 5 team. And it wasn't about Ohio State who we were playing. It was about a top 5 team and a great program. And unfortunately, we didn't have a challenge. We didn't make it a challenge. We didn't make it a game. So at some point in time, I don't know if it's disappointing or it's you're glad it's over. I wish we could have done it different, but we got to move on.